hat. I put it somewhere. Good morning. Gonna finish getting myself set up here. Maybe I am a little cramped for space. Oh, I gotta move things around here and find what I'm looking for. Oh, yeah. Nope. So I'm trying a different direction here with things. You know, it's too early. Wait. I gotta see what this is doing. Oh, it's right here. Well, that's not gonna do you any good. Let me see if I can. Nope. Well, that's not doing any good. Hang on. I have suddenly. No, I don't. Well, that's fine because I don't want to share it. Just discard. Thank you, Lord. Okay. Oh, Lord, have mercy. Good morning. Always scare the tar out of me when y'all do that. No. Oh, no. No, Siren, come back. I see you. Okay, y'all going to have to hold on a second. I got to go feed my neighbor's cat. Please don't try to kill me, cat. Okay. Sorry about that. All right. And we're back. As I try to figure everything out. I have cords everywhere right now. I'm trying a different position here with all of this. The live is wrong on here. Oh, wait. Will that do it? There we go. Button always fixes it. So good morning, everybody. I'm so sorry. My neighbor has a cat. I named him Siren. Well, I call him Siren. I don't know if that's his name or not. But I call him that because he screams when he wants food. He scared the tar out of us the first time we met him. And I haven't seen him for a while. So the fact that he came around was really nice. I thought I saw him earlier, but, you know. Okay, give me one moment. I'm still trying to get my life together here. This morning has been hectic. All right. Hopefully that's not the actual song. Oh, good morning, Oma. Good morning, Sandy. So, good morning, Twyla. Let me catch up on everybody. Here he is. He's outside. Hi, little Siren. He's not little. He's a big cat. This cat must have like 4 or 5 houses feeding it. Okay, if I miss saying good morning, I'm so sorry. I might need that. Okay, so I am in a testing group for this bag. That's good. Stay over there. It is the Eldritch Crossbody. It's by Moose&Co. Please don't use my garden bed as a litter box, Siren. It's their first pattern. It's so adorable. So adorable. If you're in the sewing community, then you've probably seen it. Amber did one, Spooky Babe. I decided I needed to be different. Also, let me know how you like this angle. If this angle is better or worse, do I need to move it again? I'm going to try a couple of different angles here and there for everybody to see if I can make sure that stuff is going on. I'm new to watching you. I'm wondering what state you're in. No, Sandy, I don't mind asking. I'm in Georgia, so it's still pretty early. I'm up this early because sadly we're down to one car between my husband and I. So we have to where'd that other clip go? I have to commute him to work. I could let him have the car, but I have issues with being trapped at home, and it's my car. All right. As always, the link in my bio has the pattern. Oh, Pennsylvania, nice. I've got friends that are from Pennsylvania. They're Pennsylvania Dutch. Ow. Sorry, excuse me. I jammed my thumb and it hurts now. My nails are very hard, so when they hit something, they really hit it and it hurts. I'm in pain. I'm fine. I'm just being dramatic. If you know me a hot second, you know that's kind of always the case. All right, so I decided instead of Spooky Babe, I was going to do a Baldur's Gate 3 bag. So it says Hunger Boy. Now, I did go ahead and stitch this off camera mainly because of the fact that it took me almost 2 hours to stitch this. Now, that was getting up a couple of times and going to pick up my husband, and so probably about an hour, honestly, to stitch it. And then I hand stitched the little pieces on the inside. So these little spots, where are you? There you are. These, I hand stitched those on because I knew the machine would eat it up and not in a good way. What I do when I have this much applique, I don't know if I like this angle. I might try to move y'all in a second, TikTok. What I do when there's this much applique on something, I maybe holding down. No, because now you can't see that. Yeah, I'm gonna move y'all in a moment. While I'm talking, I'll do it. So hang on. We'll see how well this goes. So when I do this much applique, I like to actually cut the piece larger. So I treat it like quilters do. That's something that they do, or not quilter. Yeah, when you're quilting, you normally would I don't know if I'm gonna like it back here either. To untether you. You get a little tour, TikTok. Look. That's my nightmare. That's the new cameo. No, that's the new cameo. There it is. Anybody that tells you that cutting machines are all the same is lying. Okay, I'm going to set you down right here for a moment. Actually, you're going to go right there for a second. Because this is way too difficult to do that. Okay, so just stay. Sorry if you're getting dizzy. I'm just trying to figure out different spaces for y'all and so that everybody can see. And I've tried StreamYard, and StreamYard is okay. Hi, so. StreamYard is not bad, but until you pay for it, it's not good either. So I just need to see if there's another service such as that. But yeah, I'm TikTok. I'm putting you back over here. I just feel like you can't really see anything. And if I can get you in a place, first of all, let me get everything. All right. If I can get y'all into a place where everybody's pretty much seeing the same thing, same area. Okay, I think we're good. Back to what we were doing. So when you have this much applique, you really do want to just cut out a larger piece, applique it, and then cut it out. It does help a lot, especially you're displacing material. And if it's cotton, it's shrinking in. And even vinyl can do that if you're using like a big piece of foam. With the Aura Rosas, she's thought ahead of that and either has you quilting it or doesn't, or you don't need to. If you Decoville light something and then quilt it, then it should be fine. Because the Decoville light's going to keep it from pulling in. But it's usually just a safe bet, just cut it a little bit larger, and that way. Also, it means if you're a little off, then you can just, if you're a little off, then you can scooch it around a little bit. So, hungry boy, morning, Monique. Someone might have to bring my husband. My nails are getting done today. It's nail day. So you need 2 front panels. This is the Eldritch. You need 2 panels. One, if you're going to have an applique on it. Oh, there we go. That's a good thing. And then I'm doing, I did the Baldur's Gate pattern from Cosmic. Inside is a zipper pocket. I'm not doing the zipper pocket inside. I'm just trying to find my pieces. Are they under here? Hold the phone. There's one zipper. So I'm doing a zipper panel on the outside, but I'm missing my overlay, which, nope, not back there. Did I stick it over here somewhere? All right, that is making me very unhappy. I say that because I cut it out by hand. So I did not cut this out by hand. It took quite a few tries on a small scrap, but I was able to cut it out on the Cameo. I just had to go with massive depth, and that's what she said. Where? Oh, and I'm upset too because that's where my zipper pull is. I've got the coolest zipper pull for this, but it's gone. Oh, that makes me very sad. Well, let me go through my other pieces. So you have your insides and a slip pocket. And it looks like she's got the slip pocket to where it's going to be, yeah, it'll catch in the seam on the sides, hopefully. I have the little piece that I cut out of my zipper overlay. Oh, I know. Good morning, Cynthia. The fairies took it. Why are the fairies so mean to me? It's because my husband still has yet to finish their little nook. So that's my inside. So that's going to stay over there. This is the gusset. Oh, I forgot to get feet. I'll have to go get some feet. Some purse feet for it. I cut it weird from the looks of it. So, and my gusset does have a piece of Decoville light. I cut a strip for an accent. So for the slip pocket inside. We'll see if I do that or not. And then I've got my zipper panel, which has no interfacing. This is a thick vinyl, so I'm going to be using boning in it. And I have my name tag. Did I change over to red? I did. Okay, good. Madre de Dios. My friends. Aha. No. I thought maybe I accidentally threw it away. But that's just a scrap. Oh, my Lord. Why do things disappear? It's got to be here somewhere. No. I will tell y'all, nothing irritates me more than stuff going missing. I can deal with a lot of random things making me mad, but boy, something that just lights a fire and makes me want to burn the world to the ground is stuff just disappearing. All right, me and the fairies are going to talk because that's the first thing I need to do. Because I had everything together. Maybe up there? Nope. Maybe under there? Nope. Okay. It was the first thing I was going to do because I'm doing a zipper pocket on the outside with an overlay. And it's not even just the overlay that's missing, but I had a zipper pull clip to it as well. And I don't know where in the world it could have gone. So now I'm like checking my trash, which thankfully we empty the trash every week, so that helps. I mean, I see a Meowlister on the floor. I see all sorts of little stuff, but I can't imagine where it went. So hang on. Maybe it got caught on me. What? Mommy is not in the mood for No, you're not going to no. Stop yelling at me. You know what? Why don't you do something useful and help me find this? Be a useful kitty for once. Maybe it's over here. No. Y'all, I'm losing my freaking mind here. It's going to turn up. That's the problem I have. Is I'm going to go ahead and cut out another one, which makes me mad because I hand cut it. So, and then it's just going to appear. You also need binding tape, by the way, for this. So whatever type of binding you use. It also has some really, really great instructions on how to use piping. Oh my! Found it. Oh, just give me a minute. Okay. That was awful. That is not. Oh, thank you, Cynthia. I appreciate it. Maybe you took it with you. See, Sandy, that's what I thought too. I thought, well, maybe it got like attached somehow and it dropped on the way. And then, of course, I go out in the living room and all you hear me is yelling at him to stop yelling at me. You know, why can't we make them useful and find stuff for us? I haven't even turned on the machine and I'm already dealing with this nonsense. All right. I just hold my threads when I turn on my machine because it automatically does a stitch. Okay. I'm so glad I found this though. First of all, so it's, if you don't know what Baldur's Gate is, it is a video game based off of something in the world of Dungeons and Dragons. Cynthia, I found it. It was next to the, I guess I'm just going to check down. It was next to the heat press because I was trying to get stuff pressed real quick before I started so that I could have that off automatically. I'm glad it's nailed in. I've already chipped my nail polish. Oh well. It happens. So this is why I wanted to find it. Do you see how pretty that is? So one of the favorites of the characters is a vampire. So I wanted to do definitely something Hungry Boy. And I don't mind. I like doing things on the inside of bags as well. But I want people to be able to see it. And sometimes with a bag that doesn't open up enough, it if you can't see it, it doesn't feel like a waste, but it does feel like it's not being able to be enjoyed enough. So I am putting this on one side, and then I've got this really cool pull. It's a D20 with a dragon on it that I'm glad I found that I had some of these. Cynthia, what is your great news? Because we almost had to move, and the great news is right now we don't have to, which is good because I don't want to do that during Dragon Con. Get ready for this. Moving around. Okay. There we are. He bought oh, he got you an industrial machine? Oh, that's awesome. Oh, you're going to have so much fun. So make sure that you've got everything you need coming too. Like get yourself some extra bobbins. Make sure you have the right needles. I have some new ones that I've been using that I absolutely love. I believe I did put them in my Amazon list, but it was like, I think it was like $12 for 100 of them. And they came in this case that I apparently do nothing but throw down all the time. Oh, those go in there. Oh my Lord, I really jammed my thumb. Let me think. Make sure you have some scraps of like vinyls and things so that you can test out tensions and stuff. What kind of industrial? Yeah, you didn't read the details. You had to order a motor and the table. Oh, wow. Glove on. Thank you, Dwight. Hey, you. Speaking of things I can't find. Hold on. No, don't you do it. I remembered where it is. Okay. Glove on. Oh, no, I didn't do that, did I? But you know what? I got scraps. Oops. Forgot to cut some ends for that. So first I'm going to set you right there. Set the pool in my little tiny bowl. So I was thinking of selling something like this on the Fat Rabbit. Oh, now he's definitely going to have to, because you're going to be like, well, otherwise it's a waste of your money, hubby. You bought me a machine and now you don't give me time to sew on it. But I'm thinking of selling these in this size because I have discovered it's the perfect size to hold like zipper pulls and notions, like little things that you know you're going to need for your current sewing project. Because he does fit a lot in there. Excuse me, goodness. I'll set him over there. But I have enjoyed putting my little like zipper pulls and stuff in there. Okay, let me get my life together here. That's what I need to do. Yeah, because I know if I don't put on my glove, I'm going to be hurting later. This is one thing I got off of Amazon, but it's not one that I'm going to recommend. It's okay. It's going to do what I need it to do. However, I don't like that when you melt the edges, no matter how careful you are, it gets black. And it's a little on the thinner side. So it's like, yes. Definitely make sure you have some oil. If you can find out what machine it is, you'll be able to find out. There should be little points on your machine that you can put little drops of oil in, and that usually helps to keep it going. In fact, you're due for an oiling soon again. Hey, buddy. Let me move the stuff. Okay. Everybody say good morning to Charlie. Undercat. Okay. Hey, you. Ain't nothing wrong with a non-jukey machine, believe me. This is not a jukey. Especially because Juki didn't make the machine I wanted. I wanted a computerized, and this was computerized. Come on, you, right there. Hey, buddy. Hey, honey, please don't put your paws on the cutting mat. Okay? I don't want your sweet little paws to get hurt. Yeah, massage your paw. I massage your paw. And then apparently I have to hold it while you wash it. You want your other paw massaged? I'm trying to do that because I've been told that if you, that'll be perfect. If you can get your cats used to you touching their paws, it's easier to cut their claws. He doesn't have any problems with me touching his paws, but boy, the moment those clippers come out, he loses his God blessed mind. Clippers are the enemy. No, they just saved my shirts. What you doing over there? Why are you licking that? Stop. Stop it. That is not for licking. So I have a thing over here behind the machine. That is, can I have my hand back, please? Thank you. That is extremely loose for some reason. Ow! Can I assist you, sir? Why are you being all sassy pants? No. We do not play with thread, mister. Just leave it alone. Come on. No. Stop it. What is wrong with you this morning? I'm going to wind back up this thread. Okay. You done? You good? Come on. Why are you being such a brat this morning? Those are my D-ring connectors. Okay. Sorry, I'm... with me, do another... toured one of those, but there are plenty of other shows I can find. Oh, nice. No, that's good. Most industrials go together about the same way. Thread about the same way too. I really had to work on finding out everything myself. Did you drool on my glove? So gross. Anyways, unfortunately, the folks that I bought my machine from were absolutely, positively, indubitably no freaking help at all. Every video that they sent me to look at was for a Juki or that. And I'm like, you've got to be kidding me. Oh, no. Good morning, Salty. Salty, I'm doing the new Eldritch from Moose and Company. I believe they have some applique options that are releasing starting today, I believe. Probably this afternoon. It's still early. Oh, wow. All right, here we go. Finally. I feel like I'm still just trying to set up. Yeah, this one looks like it's going to be fun. It's an adorable little bowler bag. So I'm just doing my normal strap. Instructions are well written. You're going to hear me saying stuff like ow every couple of minutes, and that's because I jammed my thumb and it really hurts when I put any pressure on it. I think that's actually oil. Let the one you hold be the one you want, the one you need. Somehow I've tangled that. There we go. Okay, so I'm going to start with my strap. I have tape, double-sided tape on each side. Because I'm using webbing, I like to cover the edges because I always make sure to really melt the edges well. And sometimes that can discolor the webbing. Oh, I'm also using a new vinyl from Beauty and Geek that she has us testing out. It's a nice smooth one too. It does have that kind of fuzzy backing to it that I know some folks aren't a huge fan of it, but I'm okay with it. Oh, my energy is absolutely nothing right now. I'm so sorry. So I'm getting to that point where I'm realizing that I have less than a month till Dragon Con. So initiate panic serotonin. Oh, get yourself a snack, Twyla. Oh, I need a snack. Yes, I've got my cashews next to me. I just had a bowl of cereal and it was very filling. So I'm not like hungry. I'm just like, I'm just a little sleepy. When it gets this close to a convention, my ability to actually get to sleep drops to almost nothing. It takes forever, and that's because all I'm sitting there doing is thinking about what I need to do the next day. So I have a feeling I'm going to end up just doing some late nights because my thought process is if I'm going to lie awake in bed for, 2 hours, I might as well get some work done and try to tire myself out. In theory, this is a really good idea. In practice, it's awful because the moment I'm exhausted and I go to lay down, I still have to deal with the fact that my brain will not shut up. gotta move things around. Oh. Yeah, I know the hurricane hit some folks hard. You know, my family lives in Florida, but they're in Central Florida. So growing up, after we moved to Florida, I didn't realize that hurricanes were supposed to be serious things. I just thought they were like a storm. Like somebody was like, oh God, the hurricane's going to hit. And I'm like, okay. And they're like, why aren't you panicking? I'm like, it's not like it's a tornado. I mean, we get a heads up with hurricanes. And they're like, yeah, but they're so devastating. I'm like, it's just a little bit of rain. And that's because that's where I lived in Central Florida, where you don't get much of it until a really bad one like Katrina hits. And you're like, well, yeah. Okay. Yes, sweet boy, what can I do for you today? Love of my life, what are the needs of the bestest annoying boy in the world? What in this world can I do for you besides get you off of my table? Come on, down, down, down. Oh, there you are. I'm like, where'd you go? Okay, go. Double checking comments, making sure I'm not missing anything. There we go. Oh, and the worst thing is I don't even get to like go to sleep after lunch today. I mean, it's not the worst thing in the world, but it is like because I've got my nails today, so that means I go to lunch and then I go get my nails done. I just need to wake up. It's so annoying right now. I don't know why I clipped that. So just getting this strap done real quick, and then I can start the actual bag. It should be in my drop box. I need to get a magnet glued on here so that I can just set it up here too. I like my sewing machine apparently to hold everything. All righty, there we go. So strap is all done. I have no idea what I threw at myself, but there we go. All right. Let's see if past Liz thought ahead. There's a good chance she didn't. That bitch is crazy. Okay. Yeah, there's a lot of things that I need to get done for the convention itself besides just making bags and stuff. And I'm sad because I have at least another 20 bags I wanted to make. And I have to be realistic. I don't think I'm going to get them done because, let's see. There we go. So today is the 7th. I have to have everything labeled, packed, and hang on a second. Will you leave this sucker alone? The worst part is that he actually reacts to that. Oh, wow. Bellevue, Florida. Nice. I hope it's okay, because isn't that like on the coast? I don't know where anything is. I'm terrible at geography. So I have to have everything packed, labeled, and uploaded to the store because that's how we'll sell things is through the store by to be fair, the 25th, the 26th at the latest, which is the Monday before the con. And that is because then I need to take Monday, Tuesday to pack and make sure that everything is actually where it needs to be. I need Wednesday to fall into a hole of depression, anxiety, and anticipation, as well as serotonin, and stare into the void for at least an hour. Can't skip that. I just can't cancel that. That's so important. I'm only half joking, by the way, on that. And then Thursday is setup. And I'm hoping to be able to set up on Wednesday, but that's going to depend on my helping crew. We'll see how that goes. And then Friday is first day, in which once more I will sink into a hole of nobody's going to buy it. I made too much stuff. And then Saturday we'll wake up with, oh my God, I didn't make enough stuff. I'm going to, anxiety tanks me. The good news is I should sleep just great Thursday night. So that leaves me 2 solid weeks that I can get stuff done. Guess I'm going to be going to 6-hour sleep nights. Morning, Suzanne. Just discussing how when I'm scheduling my panic. Okay, so it should be in Dropbox. Oh, once the coffee kicks in and I start really get going, we'll be good. I'll be good. Ooh, so this week is now so next nail set is going to be a carpet themed nail set that I need to design. Let's see. This is the Eldritch. So we're going to check in the E's first. Vacation, itty bitty. So no. So it might be under the. Nope, I got to download it. Doggone it. Or maybe it's in my files. I don't see it. Yep. Okay, so interesting. Okay, so we're just going to do that real quick. Bear with me for a moment. So sorry. I'm normally more prepared than this. Well, I do know one thing that I'm going to be doing first is getting my zipper pocket done. So let me find all those pieces and get the zipper. So this I hand cut out. I could have probably put it in the machine to cut it. However, this was just quicker for this design where it's just, gloppy. Come on, there you are. Oh. I will not be at my 100 today. Okay, here we go. Instructions. So it would have been under E. Usually the moment I get a pattern, I download it onto my laptop and then I copy it into my Dropbox because I know that's how I'm going to be using it. All right, here we go. So if you've seen this bag around where it says Spooky Babe, this is what we're working on. This is Moose and Company's first pattern. Moose Fiber and Company. Huh, it says Moose on the... So it's Moose Fiber Company. Maybe that's what I'm doing. Oh, I'll fix that later. Okay. Lot going on here. She's got some great hyperlinks. Another thing that I absolutely love is thank you to the pattern designers who do this. This is a page that shows me the bag finished and then points to what those pieces are going to be called. This bag normally is done with piping. Y'all know I'm not a big fan of piping. Good morning, Deborah. I am tempted to get a different foot to try piping, because there's one that Amber, the crafty reporter, uses that has a channel for the piping to go through so you can sew right next to it. And I think that's great. Piping. I have nightmares about piping. I actually have some really pretty glitter piping that I just don't want to use. Okay, she's got the prep work. It does come with a really cute file for a bat-winged overlay, kind of like this, but it's got little bat wings on the side instead. She does show you how to transfer your panel, how to cut it out by hand. And then how to do the applique to it. So like I said, there's something that you can definitely see. This won't show any measurements. You can see that there's a lot of tugging. And that does make it really cute when it's finished, but it also does shrink this a little bit, which is why when I said that I did this much, when I did all of this applique, I cut just a rectangle. I cut out the letters with my Cameo, and then I appliqued the vinyl on the back with the foam. And then I even cut out it all kind of in a shape so that, as you can see, there's a little bit of a puffiness there too. But as you can see, there isn't really a lot of that pulling. Now, it also could be the vinyl that they used here. Now, I don't know where she puts her tag. She puts it on the other side. Okay, so let's actually do that first. Maybe. We're going to work on the same panel anyway. So this is the same method that you're going to use for the inside pocket. I'm just doing it on the outside so that there's a quick pocket to get into. This bag seemed a little too small for a lot of pockets on the inside. So I do like the thought of putting this pocket on the outside. First of all, it's an accent, so it'll look really nice on the outside. And then also, I like a quick access pocket. And because Hungry Boy's on the other side, it's going to make this accent pocket really, you're going to want to sit it along your hip because you're going to want Hungry Boy to show. Now, because there's a bunch of these little like globs and blobs, come here, you. I do have pieces of tape because I don't want them to shift around when I'm trying to sew, and then they'll create ripples and ridges, and you know, we only like our ridges on potato chips. Y'all, I'm so ready for winter. I'm so ready for fall. I'm so done with the summer. I need it to go. I'm so tired of being warm. I just don't want to be warm anymore. I want to feel cold. Hi, I am a winter baby. And I had somebody try to tell me that I'm a spring baby. I'm like, what do you mean? They're like, well, you're born in February. I'm like, yeah, February is part of winter. They're like, no, it's not. I'm like, yes, it is. I'm like, yeah, it kind of is. They're like, but it's in the new year. I'm like, yes, but that's because the seasons don't do anything but what they want. But no, because you've got the summer, which is June, July, August. So then you go into fall, which is September, October, November. So is December just going to be its only winter month? No, we've got January and February still. So I say I'm a child of winter and a delusional teenager of spring. Oh, you don't know how much I want to be one of those spring girlies that goes out and has all the plants and the gardening. But you know what? I step outside for 2 minutes and I'm like, and I'm done. I am not one of those, unfortunately. Now, does she? She has measurements for how far you put your overlay down inside. However, I'm putting mine outside. I think I'm going to want it a little. Measure, then undo the tape. Okay, so 2.5. Do we think 2.5 would be good? Yeah, I think 2.5 would be good. Okay, so what I'm going to do is just a little pinch at the top. And I'm going to set it right on my mid mark. Whenever I'm measuring down something, I tend to use that mid mark. And I use like an actual measurement. So like I'm using my line, the line here. I'm lining that up with my mid mark, which seems a little off. Okay. 1 5/8, 7/8. Okay, 7/8. Just wait. You are a lot more than that. So that is not quite even, which means that my mark at top is not even. I'm in my cold all the time phase. So for summer, this is perfect. Oh, you're cold all the time. Yeah. Yeah, that's kind of where my mom's at. I dream of those days. And yeah, see, you can tell right away. Here's my mark, and here's where it should be. Somehow my marks did not get properly done. So they're going to have to be slightly bigger. But sometimes you can use the existing mark a little bit to, you end up with a larger triangle, but okay, there we go. All right, let's try that again because that was way not in the middle. All right, I said, what, 2.5? I did like that. So, boop. Now, it is easy for your zipper panel to get distorted, so you want to make sure that you're relaxing it and then putting it properly and evenly. There we go. There we go. That's too low. That's way too low. Why did I think that was good? I thought that I made marks or something on here, but it's just her sword. I'm telling y'all. And half my tape came off. That's okay. I can get those off. Come here, you. Again, always a good idea to have a nice pair of long tweezers. Windows and the doors, looking for lines of life, but there's nobody home. Stay. Okay. You know what? Screw it. We're just going to eyeball this. Not too sure. Because we also need to make sure that the shortest side is away from the edge. Here we go. That's a good idea. Wow, it was good. Okay, that's good. Finally. Okay, that looks much better. That looks a lot better. It was way too low. Oh, who's good morning? Morning, Sierra. We're making the Eldritch by Moose Fiber Company. Okay, so that's how I'm going to do this. So with Applique, and I'm so sorry. Good morning or good evening from Australia. Good morning, Cindy. I'm so sorry I haven't been looking over. But how cold did you? So my winter does not get super duper cold. I think the worst it's dropped into the 40s, but I have lived in Ohio and was trapped in an apartment building without heat for 3 days during a blizzard. So I still love the cold. I'm not a huge fan of the snow at this point, but I do still love the cold. It actually snowed here in Georgia once, and my whole town shut down everything. And when I say everything, I mean even the Waffle Houses shut down. Do you know how much snow we got? We got like an inch or two. And this place just was like, nope, it's the apocalypse. Oh God, shut it down. I was like, man, I just wanted some hash browns. It was nuts. So normally I do long stitches whenever I'm working with vinyl, but with applique, if it's not like a construction stitch, I will use a shorter stitch length. And that's because the shorter stitch length lets you go around curves much, much better. Yes, Charlotte, that is a dusting of snow. And these folks lost their minds. And my brother's like, oh, well, you could get some food at Walmart. Nope, they closed. So what'd you do? Just eat Waffle House? I'm like, no, they closed. He's like, no, Waffle House did not close. They closed. Crazy. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start here at the drops. And I'm just going to go around here. Once I get up to this part, I'm going to switch back to my long stitch length and go all the way around the square then. I'm not going to go along the bottom, obviously, because I don't want that to be separated too much. But this way the applique gets put on nicely. And wow, this is going to be fun. I forgot that I'm working with the vinyl here. We'll see how that goes. But no, I know that there are colder temperatures. Boy, howdy. It actually wasn't, I want to say it wasn't like too bad with the blizzard in Ohio. And that's only because I was on the bottom floor, almost basement style. So I just had, and we had electricity. So that helped a lot. So what I did was I kept all my like cold stuff, like milk and things like that in the snow right outside the window. And the only reason I left bed was to go to the bathroom because I moved everything else into the bedroom with me. I moved my little heater. At least they dropped off some heaters for us. But I moved my little heater. I moved the microwave and the electric kettle. And anything I was going to need to cook with. And I kept lunch meats and stuff in a little cooler. And when it would start to get a little bit warm or like the cooler needed ice, I just packed it with more snow. And I laughed, but I will tell you, those 2 days I was terrified because if you've known me a hot second, you know I don't like being trapped. And while technically I wasn't trapped, I didn't have anywhere to go. The guy I was dating at the time, his mother thought it would be best if I just holed up in my place. Sierra, you just moved to a snowy state. Oh my goodness, your first snow, you're going to love it. Your second snow, you're going to love it. Your 15th snow, you're going to be like, why, God, why? But yeah, my husband was like a kid. Oh my God, he was like an 8-year-old or something when the snow hit. It was so adorable. And he was like, well, I turn into a freaking big kid too when it comes to snow. Because I was like jumping around at it, and he's like, this isn't your first snow, is it? I'm like, no. He's like, well, why are you acting like that? I'm like, because it's freaking snow, man. We're in Georgia and it's snow. How can you not be like this? Oh, my knee's going to be killing me after yesterday and today. I one time did a bag with vinyl lace. And instead of using my knee, I was like this up to it. And I was using my hand on the knee pedal to lift it. It's another reason why I wanted a machine like this. Because on a computerized machine, as you can see, all I have to do is tap my pedal and it stitches. It stitches one stitch, which is another reason why I love this machine so much. Oh my Lord. Yeah, this is gonna... I'll take some ibuprofen when... and I'm done, because my knee's already starting to hurt a little bit. Because I already did something like this with Hungry Boy yesterday. Oh, but Lord, it's worth it. Oh, it's already looking so pretty. I'm cold. Okay. Yeah, I definitely had too much sugar in the last 2 days. What font did you use? Oh, Snackers. Oh, okay, good. Whew. Just the puzzle piece. Speaking of, here you are. The font that I use is from the site DaFonts, DAFON. ts.com. I love that site. But this one, if you search for haunting, that's the one I used. The nice thing is the pattern does include for Spooky Babe. She did include the applique for it. So all you have to do is print that. I believe she's working on SVGs for it. I will have to double check that. All right. See, this is, oh God, what are you doing? I can work with that. Here. Yeah. Okay. There we go. This, however, was just a quick draw. I almost did it in the contrast that I'm choosing, the brown. But I'm like, I don't know. I don't think brown droplets would translate the way I think it would. All right, let's. It's another reason why I do such a short stitch length when it comes to just the applique part. Okay. Whew. All right. Move my coffee. Oh, you think the second snow is going to be your it depends on how how much snow your first snow is. It's that first powder dump that you're really just like, wait, what? That kind of gets you sometimes. Yeah, because I've been more snow before that. Okay. Whew, look at that. All right. Love it. I'm so sorry. It took me a while to get started actually sewing. Everything disappearing on me. Yes, Harry, you missed it. The fairies took the overlay and hid it. Oh, that came out nice. Okay, so here's a tip for something narrow. Also, here's another tip. When you go to cut something out, think about it. Look at it. Am I going to have to sew through this narrow freaking channel? I mean, I obviously didn't because I have a narrow ass channel. This one right here. So you have two options with a narrow channel that looks like it's going to have just enough really for one stitch length going by it. Because if you do two in a very tiny area, you're going to tear up your vinyl and it's not going to look as good as you want it to. So what I did here, because I forgot to think about that, is I just stitched into one of the two holes here and then went out so that it looks like it's kind of doing that pinch and then open again. Now, what you can do is if you're more than 2 or 3 stitches, you don't want to go over those stitches. It's going to be noticeable in this kind of thing. And it's going to look like a back stitch where it's not a back stitch. So it's going to seem silly. What you can do then is just pull your, stitch into one of those holes, pull the threads through, and then go up and start where, actually, I put a really good example right here. Where are you at? There was one where I had to really, I think it was, yeah. So with the N, with how thin this is, I can't go down and then back out on this one. So what I did was when I got here, All right, there we go. I stitched up and then I ended my stitches there. And then I came back down here. Where are you at? Because it would have been like 3 stitches. So I came right here, 3 stitches down and started there and then went back around. This way it's having to do a stop and start, but it looks much better and you're not destroying the vinyl, destroying what you're appliquing. So like I said, if it's 1 stitch, you can get away with just kind of hopping into that hole and then hopping back out. But if it's 2 or 3 stitches, it's usually just better to pull your threads through and start at the holes that you really should start at. That's going to help you a lot more than just than trying to force those stitches. So I didn't back stitch at the beginning. I did at the end, but I still pulled my stitches back because I'm going to glue those down, or I'll tape them down here. What I'm going to do next, actually, real quick, because I don't want to forget. Oh, you're welcome, Sandy. Applique can be... Applique is both easy and difficult. Because it is difficult when it starts, and then it's easy, and then it keeps, and then it just goes up and down. Like you learn how to do something with it, and then you decide to try something else, and you're like, well, why didn't that work? And it's got a learning curve to it, but it can really add something extra to a bag. If you're not used to appliquing, I don't know if I'd start right off the bat with something like this. But play around with your zipper overlays. It's really, really easy to add, like add a cat ear here and here. Just a simple 2-step. And that'll add a lot to it as well. Don't want to cover up my darling, but I guess I will. My sweet baby baboon. God, what is that from? Yeah, that'll work. Okay. And I right now am waiting for, let me make sure, a response from my my menu for the brand me tags, which is good because I had a late contestant. I actually have somebody who still hasn't answered, but I mean, I sometimes it's hard to stick to my guns when it comes to things like that. Oh, I need a new phrase. I'll think of something, but it is difficult for me to not like be like, oh, that's okay. You were busy. It's fine. Sure, I can still get you in this one if I haven't ordered yet. Well, you know, usually I do this at a shorter stitch length, but it seems to be working okay. Every day. I'm not a people pleaser, but I still want to make people happy. My husband's like, what's the difference? I'm like, I'm willing to tell people to screw off if I don't like them. Oh, and I'm okay with not being liked. I'm not everybody's cup of tea. I'm not for... Suji on TikTok says it best. I'm not for everybody. And that's okay. Not everybody's for me. Ta-da! Now I have a little patch. Isn't that cute? I love it. Oh, Sandy, which cutting machine did you get? I have a Cricut Air 3, and we're not friends. I may have pushed him off a table once. Here's my tape. Fairies. fairies are killing me today. So yes, we are not friends. The cricket and I. Ow. Oh, I gotta pick up a tag. So I decided after this last time of my husband looks at me, he's like, baby. I'm like, what? He's like, you look like you're gonna push off the table again. I'm like, I kind of want to. It's like, then maybe we should look at getting you a different machine. I'm like, maybe we should. Maybe we should. Oh, I like this. No risk, no magic. I think that's what I'm going to put in there. Sounds like a very Baldur's Gate thing. Boop. And I've been looking at a couple, and I really did want the Brother cut and scan. A friend of mine's got that, and she absolutely adores it. You can't hear me? Oh, hang on. I might have to. Oh, you never bought one of those. I'm so sorry. I can't read today. Okay. Julia, can you hear me? Cynthia says she can't hear me. I know that was for others, but okay. Cynthia, can you hear me now? Was I just muttering too low? Sometimes I'm a mumbler. I hear you. Okay. Just double checking. Because we've had that issue with YouTube before. So I bought, I did find on Amazon they had a deal for a Cameo 4. And I didn't even realize that that's the latest until the 5 comes out. And I was like, oh, crap. I usually don't. Might have to pop out and pop back in. Maybe it's. I always assume it's me. I always assume it's my fault. Nose keeps itching. So I'm just going to go ahead and add my tag real quick. And I say real quick. Here we go. So I'm going to add my tag on that little patch. The Baldur's Gate vinyl is from Cosmic Fabric Creations. This is a marine. The red is the marine vinyl from. I'm going to take some of that tape off. I think from like Joann's. And then this beautiful supple looking leather. Oh God, it's slick. Oh gosh, I hate when that happens. So I was listening to a book one time and it was at an interesting part, we'll say. It was at a very smutty part. You know, werewolf books. There's going to be smutty parts. I was listening to it, and my husband had borrowed the car to go get the Chinese. But when the car got closer, because I was listening to something, it connected to the car. So I was like, what in the world? Why is my book not playing anymore? And then it started playing again. And my husband came in. He was like, what the heck are you listening to? I'm like, you can read it. Actually, that's how I got him to read the Anita Blake books with me. We need to buddy read Circus of the Damned. I keep forgetting about that. That might be our Dragon Con book. Listen to it going up and then coming back down. But yeah, it's just, and that happens with him too. If your case gets like accidentally opened or something. Yeah. I don't remember what exactly part, but there must have been I remember clothes coming off at some point. I was like, hey, come on. What's going on? Why is my earbud not working? Babe, what you listening to? You can listen to it too. We share the same account. We share the same Libby, my love. You can just look it up. I keep no secrets from my husband. It's too much work. In fact, it's to the point that it would really be hard to keep secrets. The other night, he heard me just kind of giggling suddenly. He's like, so what seamless files did you buy today? I'm like, nothing. He's like, is it another ghost face file? I'm like, maybe. I have a problem. Even better, it was Furby ghost face. Oh, so cute. I love it. I got a really cute one that's this heart cake that says spoiled, and I can't wait to make stuff with that. That's going to be so cute. I need to shut my brain off till after Dragon Con. I already have 7 orders that I have to worry about after Dragon Con as it is, so... But yeah, the cameo I got. I gotta be careful. The red vinyl is stretchy, so I want to make sure that I don't yank it up too much. The cameo I got was only like, I think 150, 160. So I was like, yeah, let's do this. Anybody that says the cutting machines are all alike does not own a cutting machine or has never owned a second cutting machine. Or has only ever used Cricut. Oh, what am I doing? These are the wrong scissors. If you get into doing appliques, I highly recommend a curved set like this. I got these from Famore. So Cynthia said every time her husband buys another phone game, she buys a pattern. No judgment. When he looks around at my fabric, I point out all his miniatures. But it's nice to have somebody who, I don't want to say he enables, but he does sometimes. Like, I can't take him with me to the fabric store. If I take him to the fabric store with me, then I end up buying more than I would have. Because I'll be like, maybe I should get a yard of this. There looks like there's only 2 yards on the bolt. Just get the bolt. Should I get this? I don't know if I need another black vinyl. Oh, yeah. You can always use black. Go. Kind of hoping that the piece that the way I'm peeling off from the tape will leave the tape on the overlay. And it is. Yes. Okay. I'm really only worried about cutting out the rectangle. But I do try to cut out a substantial piece in as much of one piece as I can. So like I do see some creators, they slice right down the middle and then cut it out. I try to cut out as much of a chunk as I can because I can trim this down to 3/4, put it on a piece of webbing, and I now have a key fob. Then this is not wasted. It bothers me. All right, clean off the tape. Make sure that if you do use your scissors for this and it's got tape that you clean it off. All right. Otherwise, I get side-eyed from Famore. Oh, God, that looks so nice. Look at that. Mine enabled when he bought the machine. No, he didn't enable. He noticed that you needed a tool that was going to help you do what you love better. and he made sure that you would get that tool. That's a good husband. Heck, that's a good partner. When we ended up with a small inheritance, and I mean small, it was just enough to get the machine and take us out to dinner. I mean, it was the dinner where we could, really splurge, but God, even when we splurged, we still only got water to drink. So stupid sometimes. But he told me when we got it, I was like, well, let me see what we can do with all of this. Excuse me. And he said, just get your machine. Just get the machine. The overlay, I did not cut out with a machine. I just hand cut it because it's just little droplets. I just drew on the back of it what I kind of wanted it to look like, and then I just cut it out. Because as long as you do nice straight cuts for something like this is good ooze. Maybe I'll make an SVG for y'all. A couple of overlay SVGs that I'm thinking of. Because I really do like, because if you did this in green, like bright green, it would look like ooze. That's why I didn't do it in brown, because I was afraid of what people would think it looked like. All right, where are you at? There you are. Good, y'all can help me choose. Oh, why? There's no place over here. Why is my voice going? Oh, nope, that's a purple. Never mind. Eep. I'm good. I thought I had a dark burgundy and then this red, but it's actually more purple. That's not where that is anymore. I moved my little cauldron from over here to over here because I kept knocking it off. I don't know if any of y'all have watched The Simpsons, but there's a moment when Sideshow Bob keeps stepping on the rakes, and that's kind of how I feel this was going. So I wanted to stop stepping on the rakes. So I moved it. But now I have to get used to it being over here. I love how that came out. That is so nice. It was a little tougher cutting because I had all that Decoville light on there. I believe she has you do all foam and Decoville light. I gotta look at that again. I don't know if I did. I did. Okay. So I'm doing an outside pocket. So my pocket pieces are a little over 7 by 5 and 5.5. So I do need to remember that. I saw the sun. Ooh, Nikes. Good Lord, it's already almost 10 o'clock. How did that happen? The fairies took things and I couldn't find stuff, and I had to feed the neighbor cat. Okay. So, if I'm not going that way, so I need to do it. Okay. Okay. So I have one that's shorter than the other. Obviously, I'm going to want the shorter end on the bottom, because this way, when the top is pulled down, it'll be lower. So what I'm trying to figure out, okay, so yes. So if you want your zipper pull closing to the left, you start with your your taller piece, and you line up one side of your zipper with it, like that. Where do you get your bag making supplies from? All over the place. So that is what I call an equation question. And it means that there's more variables than just, where do you get your stuff? And it's a good start to a question. With that, the variables I need to know to answer it best is, Are you looking for bulk? Are you just starting out? If you're just starting out, I highly recommend Amazon or a small business. Amazon's going to be a lower cost and most of the time, but it's going to be a good way for you to try out some stuff. Once you graduate from using that, then I would recommend like Lauren Mormino has amazing hardware. But anybody that you get hardware that way is going to be a little bit more expensive. But you're getting quality. There are some things that I don't use off of Amazon because it's not as nice of a quality. It looks okay, but actually, hang on. I can show you a perfect example. Okay. When I was doing a lot of speed wells, you have a 1.5 hardware. So this is Amazon. It's got the sliding bar, but I can tell it's Amazon and not a small business because it has the welded ring, but it's not as welded as nicely. These are from, I want to say Hobby Lobby, which I don't really shop there anymore. But you can tell it's one piece. It looks nice. It's not bad. It was inexpensive. It wasn't too bad, but it was, And then these are from a small business. I don't believe I remember who I got them from. But as you can see, the corners are nicely rounded. It is a fixed bar, but it just has a nice shine to it, and it's got that rainbow finish. These are also from Hobby Lobby. And you can see it's the same type of thing. See, it's just that welded part. Put it up to where you can see it a little bit better. The welded part isn't as welded as well. Is it bad hardware? Absolutely not. Is it the highest quality? Absolutely not. But the old adage, you get what you pay for, can be true in a lot of instances. So you always want to look at reviews and things like that. If you're talking bulk, I buy my hardware from my manu overseas, and I buy it 100 pieces at a time. Good morning, Molly. So I'm buying, 100 swivel clasps, 100 in all the finishes. Buying 100 sliders, 100 rectangle rings, 100 D rings. I'm making sure that I'm stocked up. Like Bruce will be getting an order after DragonCon. He always does, because I'm down a lot right now. It's where I get my name tags from as well. So if you're wanting to go bulk, then that's where you want to find a good manufacturer. That's going to cost too, because you want to make sure that when you're getting that, finding somebody that does samples is good. Also, make friends in the sewing community. I've been thinking about offering a bulk order. However, there's a lot that goes in with it. So as a business, I don't know if I would do that necessarily, because I have to then go through and grade everything. And all it takes is one, honestly, all it takes is one bad customer for me to not do that anymore. To not want to offer that. But I also don't gatekeep my sources. I understand that some people don't share it. And that's fine. That's your prerogative. There are some things that I still kind of keep close to the chest, but that's because it's just me. It's mine. It's mostly designs. Whereas, so if you ask, I might politely decline. And the only time I get, like, I'll side-eye you is if I ask and you're like, no, why would I share that? That's stupid. Like, I had to deal with that type of nonsense in the art community with pins. You need an afternoon to laugh? Go to Reddit and just look up pin menus and just watch the rudeness that some of these folks are. Like, I don't know, some of them need a juice box and a therapy appointment because of how they're treating everybody else who's asking. How dare you? It just seems so dramatic. Instead, and I had one person who was like, I really don't share my menu because I already, give them like a ton of business. And the fear I know is that if they get busy, that the quality is going to decline. And my thought is, if the quality declines, then you find a new menu. Yes, there is some gatekeeping, and believe me, it's so I try not to do that. Again, there are some things that I hold close to my chest, but it's not very much. I like helping. Very high empathy, so it hurts me to think that somebody is, needs help, and if they're not getting help, it just bothers me. Like, for instance, my menu, I got their email address from Lauren, who was changing manufacturers and didn't mind changing or sharing that information with folks. She has a whole video on her metal tags on So Whatever. And if anybody ever wanted to do a friendly group order with me, you could contact me, but it wouldn't be something that I did through Fat Rabbit. Payments would still be through like PayPal or something like that, but it would be that when I say friendly, it means that I would just split everything up and everybody gets what they get. I wouldn't actually go through and be like, oh, this is a B grade. Honestly, I'll be very, very fair. Bruce don't do me wrong, okay? He does really, really well. The only thing, every time I say something, the only thing, my husband will go, yeah, but he can't count. Because there are instances where I'll get 99 of something, and I just let him know, and he just tacks on what he just credits me for the next order, so it's fine. Like at one point he was like, hey, we got extra of your tags, you want them? I was like, I was gonna say no, and then I was like, hey, what kind of credit do I have? He's like, you know what, you want the tags, we'll call it even. Then that works. I got extra tags. But he's been really, really good to me. Oh man, he's going to get quite the order. I've got to design a new Dragon Con zipper pull too, so I can sell the carpet ones. All right, let's see. So I've got my short on top, my shorties on top. I might not share something if I designed it from scratch. Yes. I've had some questions about some of my carpet designs, and I'm like, right now, it's something that's setting me apart from other people. There are, I want to say there's like 4 of us that sell bags at Dragon Con, but oh God, Tracy has cultivated us to the point that I think we might each, like I might overlap with a couple designs with 3 sisters, and I think she overlaps with one other for a couple, and we slightly overlap, but we don't all do the same thing, and we each have our own contribution to the whole the cult of the carpet. But I draw a lot of my own designs. It took me 6 months to do my garden one, and that's because shading. Oh my God, all the shading. So far, there we go. Now, the important thing. No Face is holding my my zipper pull. I really like having him. Is that something y'all would want as a little like project helper? I could call him a project helper because he's so cute. Look at how cute he is. I love him so much. Anyways. Oh, yeah, that's going to look good. Alrighty, let's get my helper. Yeah. This is an ADHD fun. Let's see. There we go. Nope. Okay. There we go. So I leave that bit of a tail because it just makes it a lot easier for me to get the zipper pull on. I need bigger. Oh, I do sell those already. Yeah. This is the first ghost bowl that my husband printed for me. He is huge. Look at him. How freaking big did this need to be? So we do have on fatrabbitsupplies.com, we do have him at a little bit smaller, and I do have a no face design as well. We're working on other designs. Just need to, I've got ideas. Sorry. Apparently I have a look on my face when I'm about to ask my husband for something. He says I get this look on my face when I have an idea. And he's like, oh God. Oh, that's going to look so nice. Okay, so I have my zipper pull in. What I'm going to do, it's Fat Rabbit Supplies. It's also in the bayou. I call it the bayou. So I'm going to start like here, a little bit before the zipper pull. I'm going to go all the way down and come back. When I get about here, I'm going to stop for a moment. I'm going to push my zipper pull all the way to the side, and then I'll finish the box. I do this so that I don't really have to fiddle with the zipper teeth when it's not sewn down. When it's anchored, it's fine. That's what's going to happen anyways. Oh, thank you. Yep. I need more with my hungry boy, which is why I have hungry boy on this side. I almost put my label over here, but I really just want that to shine. Excuse me. Also, my husband was supposed to print me a cat butt, but it's more like a dog butt. He gets all these weird ideas. I have a thought process for a has-been. With the one that I call Meowlister. Oh, God, I got to get that printed too. I'm trying to hold my zipper teeth so that they'll stay. Anybody else? Oh, this is an appropriate song for this, for, the, for this fabric. There we go. Just pull my threads to the back. I did back stitch once, but I go ahead and pull them to the back. It's easier to burn them without feeling like I'm gonna mess up the whole thing. Move my zipper pull. Get my zipper tape to sit back where I want it. So there we go. Okay, this is what I want. Also thinking about designing a sewing apron. You know, something that you just kind of like wear, almost like a sewing crop top, but it's got pockets so that you can kind of just like loops that you can just stick your tools on, and then everything's right here. Do you know when the rainbow bowls will be back in stock, or a pink one? I can definitely check on that for you, because what we do is we print them as the orders come in. It means I have less stock just like chilling. Yeah, but I'll check and see what we've got with filament available. See, it still comes out shorter. Okay. I know I put the... Yeah. Even with the longer one on top, it still kind of creates this. But that's okay. That is okay. Interesting songs that have been coming on for this bag. Really don't know what to do. If Shoop comes on, I'm done. Or What a Man. So I think we have enough. I think we have enough rainbow filament. In-house that we'd be able to just go ahead and get it done. Where are you going? There we go. Yes, I know you're not happy. Okay. I see you. Another way to tell that your tension might be just getting close to being too much for your thread is if it starts unraveling. It's another reason why I like using the thread zapper, is it goes ahead and seals it. Let's see, I'm not sure if you can see, but there is a little bit of wobbliness on that thread. That means that that's starting to unravel. That means that my tension might be just a smidge too tight. I know that's a fact for my machine, because I normally, when I first started using this machine, when it would do that, it wouldn't be long and then it would snap. I'll email this. Yes, thank you. Oh Lord, because Molly, I got no memory skills anymore. Those skill points have been put into sarcastic comments. And, you know, what I would have done if I had that thought process type moments. All right. So I'm not going to cut my zipper tape. It's not going past really my stabilizer. So that means it's not going to get caught in the seams, and there's no reason to cut it. It's not going to be detrimental to any part of the bag. So this will be better. Oh my goodness, I love it so much. Oh, I love how cute that looks. Love it. I really want to do a mimic bowl. I need to figure out how to use Blender. Why? Why do I need to learn new things? I don't want to learn anything else. Okay, so that's that. I'm going to look at how she has. You somehow realize what you gotta do. All right, let's see. So I do love step 26. It says, take a second to admire these beautiful panels we worked so hard on. Way to go, bestie. Let's set them aside. I love that. Because anytime that you have taken a hot second to work on something, you should take a moment to go, I fucking did that. You know? Be like a proud otter mama. I made this. And if you don't know what that is, please look up Proud Otter Mama. I made this. It is one of the cutest things. Okay, so she has you do the zipper panel next. I like doing my panel second. She does have an interesting thing on. Let's put the feet on. What time is it? 10 o'clock? Cool. I got another hour. Let's put some feet on this thing. Okay. I don't know how many she said, so I just grabbed a handful. 5. Oh, she does them like I do. Ooh, I like that. Vindication. Exactly. You should always take a look at your project, even if you made mistakes. You know what? Especially if you made mistakes and then you fixed them, you did that. You saved that person's life. That person almost died, bro. Sorry. I watch too much American Dad sometimes. All the time. Let's see. So she has measurements for it. Okay, here we go. So let's install these real quick, and I'll get that taken care of. Okay, we're going to mark our centers. I'm going to mark this center with a marking pen instead of my normal clips, and that's because I don't trust 100% until it's sewn that's the middle. That's not how it should be, obviously. You know, it should be that the middle's the middle, you know, but so I'm going to connect my marks. Measure in. Okay, so I'm measuring. So that's the mark for our center foot. This way we can get off on the right foot. Anyways, I had a fatal error on a transposter the other day. I cried. Oh, I had to remake the exterior completely. Oh, see. But you remade it. Hopefully. I hope you were able to remake it. And you caught it before the whole bag was done. So that's great. I mean, it's hard to... Thank you, Sandy. I think it's going to be an amazing bag. See, you did, and it's beautiful. And that's why it's even more beautiful, because you were able to catch the mistake. And you were able to bring that bag back to life. You were a necromancer. That thing was dead and dying. And you brought it back. From the center. So, 3/4. Because I understand. It is when you get a bag done and you're like, and then you notice it, that's when things don't go well for a few days for me. It's why I appreciate the creators that, or the folks that make the tutorials who show their mistakes. I love that Lauren does what she wants, but I also love that Jess from Okla Roots follows the directions almost to a T, because I like being somewhere in between that. And the first time I make a pattern, usually I used to just do it the way it's exactly done. Personomancer. I don't know if that works, but we'll try. Okay, yeah. I'll keep hitting the light and wondering what's in my hair. But I have, and my husband reminded me of this, because I was like, man, I haven't made the last two the way it's written. He's like, so? And I told him, I like to do that exactly as it's written first. He's like, why? When you already know that there's a method that you like better, and, sometimes a designer doesn't do something the way I would rather do it. And that's perfectly fine. There's no law against doing a pattern differently than it's written. I will say it does help when you're first starting out. Aura Rosa, though, I still follow hers the first time to a T. And that is because she teaches you a new skill every pattern. Every time. And I know that's what most designers are trying to figure out, is how do I make a bag and do something different with it? How do I design a pattern that might be similar? Like, I will say this is similar to the itty bitty and the Betty Bowler, but it only has a similar shape. Having done both of those and now this, I can tell you similar does not mean the same. Similar means some matching attributes, but that's about it. And I'm excited to see what the add-ons are that she's going to put out. She also says that she's got more patterns, and I'm excited to try those. There we go. I like doing this. Just makes me happy. So I'm just opening up the prongs. I know some folks twist them. I don't think that's a good idea, to be honest, because I feel like you're just opening up the hole more. Oh, no, thank you. I made one and loved it, so I cut out 12 more. That's, oh God. That's how I am with the Twilight Traveler. Ow. I haven't mentioned before, my tweezers are super duper sharp. Let's see. The Fortuna by ISY Sews. I printed it out. I was like, holy crow, it's a backpack for giants. I had to shrink that thing down to 75 to get the mini status I wanted. But it's amazing because with that pattern, I'm able to get like 4 different styles of backpack. So to help keep these in place, go. I'm going to put a little bit of my paper tape on it. There we go. And now we have feetsies. That's taken care of. I like getting some of that hardware stuff out of the way. First of all, if you've piled everything, it kind of takes away a lot of the little bits. Okay, so she has a very interesting construction that I want to do, but first, here we go. I like having the panels completely done before I move on to the gusset. It flows better for me. And in all honesty, it could be flowing better for me because it's what I've been doing for the last 5 years, but it's bad when you're not sure if the creaking is your body or your chair. Oh. Okay. So this is an interesting... Okay. So I'm still going to use my not overlay, but I just wanted to make sure. And then she's got how you split it here. So I will look at that. Let's look at this. Okay. Yeah. Let me do this real quick. So I've already got this one done. There we go. So I'm just going to go ahead and sew this one on. I'm going to baste them together. If you are doing a non-fusible foam and you're worried about it being in the seam, go at a slightly, like I'm doing 1/8 of an inch to baste it, but if you go a little bit more than that, you can undercut some of your foam so that it's not adding as much bulk. If you happen to have a serger or a way to do a zigzag stitch, you can also do that, and that will help compress. Just barely got it. That will help compress it so that, again, it's still not as much in the seams. On my backpacks, that's how I do my foam. I have a serger, so I just serge all the edges. Go. Now, I'm saying it's definitely not my husband because yeah. There we go. He always meows when he comes in if I'm not expecting him. All right, so there's one done. Did I mark my centers? I did not. Crackers. That's going to be fun on this one. go. Okay, so my centers are marked, so that panel's all done. We're going to get the other panel done real quick. I'm trying to decide if I want to add this in or not. I think I do. Just need to figure out. So this is the cutout piece from my overlay, my zipper overlay. Again, you know, if you've been here a hot second, you know, it bothers me to throw out things that feel like they could be useful. Or such a, you know, large piece as this. So I tend to put these on the inside of the bags as with a D-ring or a clip so that you can clip keys to it or whatnot. If you have a sanitizer clip, you can clip it onto that. So that's pretty much all I do to it. Let me stitch it this time because it's a nice long one. Alrighty. Goodness. There we go. I can hear you ring. Just breathe. There we go. All right. So now I have a little keychain thingy. Hey, my first rivet press, Cynthia, was not Cam. It was, God, what was it? Yeah, it was like eBay or whatever. So, good rivet press is a rivet press. I will say Cam Snaps does do a really good rivet press. Theirs is like half the weight. But at the same time, no, I think I got mine. No, I got mine on eBay. Came with a crap ton of grommets that I have yet to really use. But so that'll hang right on this side. And that way you can just kind of clip something. So it's not necessarily an extra pocket, but it's an extra way of keeping things straight. Now for the slip pocket. I do rough cut everything. This is my pocket. But when I know I'm adding something on, I do actually draw it on. Ow. Slow and steady rush. Not the way the love's supposed to be. And no matter what, even if my center's a little off from the sides, if I didn't draw my center line, I clip, because this way I have something to clip onto to match up on the panel. All right, so turn on this side. Now I have a center line that I can work with. she has you just fold it in half, right sides or wrong sides together, and then your top stitch along the top. I'm actually going to do a little bit something different. I don't like adding into the seam if I possibly can help it. So, still going to do it somewhat the way she has it. I'm just trying to decide because I don't think I cut this long enough. Oh, but if I go up it, if you want it. Okay, so yes, I'm going to do that. I'm not going to fold in the sides like I normally do because I don't want to go too far from the directions. I like the way she designed the pocket. It's cute, and I like the way it's divided. So we're going to work with that part, though. So what I'm going to do, though, is instead of top stitching along the top of this, I'm actually, I'm going to make sure I add in my tag. I want it on here. That's another way for me to put my tag on there, too. All right. I've got a 1 by, I think, 10-inch piece of, that does, 1 by 10. Is this actually going to work on here? My pens have been really, really weird lately. I can't get anything to mark. 1 inch by 10 inch. I'm going to mark the center line. I think she's okayed us to do tutorials, so I might do an all-out tutorial. I'm going to use a 1 inch piece or half-inch piece of double-sided tape. Ooh, time to work. No problem. Thanks for keeping me company. Okay, good. That will help me, and that's probably the email I just got. Okay, good. All righty. So, all right. So I've got that line. I'm going to go a little above the line. Actually, I'm going to go right to the line. That should be fine. I'm going to line this up because stuck to my nails. Oh no. Here we go. Sometimes I feel like a cat that stepped on a piece of tape and it's just trying to get it off its paw. Okay. So I'm going to fold this over real quick. Actually, first. I'm just going along the edge of my vinyl very carefully and singeing off any fuzzies. Clip this. Sometimes tape and waterproof canvas doesn't like to cooperate, but it's still going to help in the long run, so I don't mind using it. Alrighty, let's put you right. Boom, boom, boom. That'd be perfect, right? Oh yeah. So we're splitting this pocket. So try to remember that if you're putting like a tag, like I'm doing right here. Make sure that. Doggone it! Come here. Hang on. It's fighting me. Come on. All right, there we go. So we are dividing this in half, so just try to remember that that's going to be a thing. I'll do that afterwards. I'm going to mark I'll mark this in half. Also making sure that, okay, good. Come on, Ian. So I'm just top stitching along. Now, when I folded this over, I made sure that it was a little bit shorter on the top than it was on the back side. And that is so I would catch all of the back. A few times I have not caught that. Okay. I'm going to put this in half. Mark it. I'm going to mark on the vinyl at least. I'm going to try to mark here. What am I doing? I got chalk. A little chalk pin thing in my bubber. Jesus. Alrighty. So now I've got that. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to put my pocket lining up with my mid marks, but I'm going to go just a bit above it. Let's say about 3/4. Can I do 3/4? Yeah, between a half an inch and 5/8. I just want to make sure I'm out of the seam allowance. This is not in the pattern. This is just me being me. There you are. Take a moment to clip this as much as I can. Because I think I'm going to have to go from behind it. Giggity. Sorry, I have a thought process. Okay. Those were stronger. That would probably work better. Okay, let me look at the pattern because I think all we do is first. There we go. Oh, you brat. Sorry, it closed it out and then it. No. That's not what I said to click. This old iPad, it's very weird. Come on. Come on, doggone it. There it is. See, it says Moose&Co. That's why I got confused. Moose Fiber Company. NMCU. Sorry, I'm trying to get these directions pulled back up because for some reason it didn't really download. I've got to get it pulled over into the Dropbox. We're almost to where we got to stop anyways. Okay. So yes, we attach it, trim it, and then we do, a double stitch up and down. So I can do a Pac-Man, except I can't see the pattern piece really, so, which is okay. Okay, don't close it again. So what I'm going to do, let's put him back up there because those are very, very weak magnets. What I'm going to do is I'm going to follow my drawn line on the back, and I'm really, really glad that I chose the drawing one. Here we go. I've got it clipped enough that it should stay in place. But I'm just going to do the curves, the top, the sides of it. And then I can still Pac-Man what I need to do for the bottom to attach it. Hang on. You okay? After using the same machine for a while, you start to kind of hear how it should sound. Like I can kind of guess when the bobbin's about to run out. I mean, it still gets me sometimes because, it's the bobbin. But it's going to sound a little weird. But all the stitches look fine, so I don't think that's going to be a problem. Now, if you are using fabric, and you are worried about catching these raw edges in your binding and all of that, I would go ahead and add like an extra 1/2 inch, maybe an inch. Yeah, 1/2 inch would probably be fine. And what that'll do is that'll cover all of it. There we go. Okay, so what we're going to do now, move those. Oh, yeah, that's good. So I'm trying to decide if, that's fine. It's a small bag. You're not going to really be putting that much in it. Okay, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go down here and start just a little past my right at my stitches that I basted, because I know that that's right inside my pattern piece. And I'm going to sew across the bottom. Remember, this part is not in the instructions. No, I don't want to do that. I don't want that bottom seam in my seams. That's all it is. I don't think it's going to add that much. I think it's very much a me thing. I also want it to be fancy with my vinyl up here. But what I'm going to do is I'm not going to go all the way to the top. I'm going to go right to my vinyl piece. And I'm doing 1/8 inch from the side of this line here that I made. Now, when you get to the bottom, technically, you have a missing stitch. So you want to back stitch and then finish stitching. Does it matter? Not really. It's fine. Does it help your stitches? Yes. So it's up to you whether you choose to backstitch there or not. Don't think anybody's going to notice it. It's between me, you, and the bag. But it does kind of help to create an extra stitch down there. So now I have this divided pocket. I'm going to, there we go. I'm going to put a rivet here. Take out my punchy punch. Fun fact, if you don't press really, really hard, you can kind of get where you're putting the thing. It'll press a little hole, but it won't be a hole. It'll just be an indentation. There's the word I wanted. It'll make a small indentation so you can see if that's where you want it. And then you can punch, maybe. Oh, my Lord. Oh, did you go through everything? Oh, damn it. Oh, let's do this. Let's be smarter than the stuff. So I'm going to, it's not wanting to punch all the way through. So I'm just going to redo it, but maybe what in the world is going on here? Dang, I need to get more of these things. There we go. And then, so what I did was punch through just the vinyl overlay, and now I'm going to punch through everything. There we go. Ta-da! Let me get a rivet. It'll make the pocket more interesting. It'll be riveted. Oh. Okay. Nickel. Oof, I'm almost out of rivet. Okay. So I think these are actually black nickel, but they're, I know I have some. Magnets, cyclicals. Okay. Stay. All right. It'll be fine. You won't even notice in the bag. Come on. Apparently, I need to go through. Like I said, that's what I'm saying is that, Liz, I hate to leave the chat. My grandfather, right? Oh, good. Well, if I missed you before you left, Sandy, and you rewatch, I hope you have a good day with your granddaughter. Here we go. Come on, you. Come on. Madre de Dios. Okay. So let me set that real quick. Oh. Moving too fast. Alrighty. Ta-da-da-da. And what that'll do is that'll give it a little bit more stability. Now, normally I would add something on the back of this, but it's going through so much already that I think it's going to be fine. If I had added anything, there's a good chance it might have made the rivet weaker. But so now we have that. Now we can just put, oh, normally I would have put the, I don't like doing a lot of bulk, but this is not a bad idea. because this is going to end up sitting against your hip most of the time. And this way, that means this is on the back of the bag. So when you open your purse, you can just stick your hand right into whatever you need there. That's the logic, and I'm sticking to it. I am going to, normally I know you don't see me use some clips on this, but I need to make sure with the pocket in that everything's sitting properly. There we go. All right. Well, doggone it. I accidentally undid the, unthreaded my needle. Moving too fast. There we go. Nope, you are twisted AF. Come here, you. Mm-hmm. Huh, okay. You can hear a siren or something going off. Or a plane. I don't know. I have to think about the overlay. It looks really nice, but because it's still in the seam. So with these bags, I will most likely just be doing one slip pocket on the inside. The itty bitty, I don't do any pockets inside because it's itty bitty. You're not really going to have room for much stuff in there. The itty bitties for people who have like a wallet and some keys and they want a cute little tiny purse. This is like the medium right in between the itty bitty and the Betty Bowler. In fact, yeah, I would say this is right in between those two. So if you like the Betty, but it's too big, and you like the itty bitty, but it's too small, the Eldritch is perfect. But see, I have this chunk of vinyl now in my seam. So we'll see how well that goes. Morning, Nicole. I'm making the Eldritch from, I'm a little confused. I'm going to have to ask her because her website says Moose Fiber Company, but the email was from Moose&Co. And they're adorable either way. But she also might be like me, keeping things a little bit separate. Because I have Chubby Bunny Studios for my bag making. And then Fat Rabbit Supplies is, the supplies part of it. So I'm trying to cut under my vinyl here without cutting my vinyl. Without cutting my front panel. Yeah, we'll see how that goes. But I'm not gonna lie, that's adorable. So I think if you do this method with the pocket, and you want a zip, and you want this overlay, either cut it short to like here, or use a really thin vinyl. You can even use fabric if you wanted. Just kind of double fold it. But I think it's adorable. I love the no risk, no magic. I think that's perfect for this bag. Astarian, I think is how you pronounce it. He's my vampire boy. When I don't remember a name or that, I just give them like a cute nickname. Okay, what time is it? It is 20 till 11. So I must shut down. Today is nail day, which means I need to get something to eat because about 5 minutes at the salon and we're going to be talking about food. Next on the construction was the zipper overlay. I did mine on the outside. I feel like if there's less pockets on a small bag, you actually have more room for stuff because pockets can bulge out and can start to take up some of the space. So big bags with a lot of pockets means that you can organize some stuff, but little bags with too many pockets means that you're now stuck with like an inch, maybe an inch and a half of space. She does her overlay construction differently. It's not a bad method. I just like my method a little bit better. Hers has a little bit less sewing at the end. You only have to sew down the sides because it's a folded, but I feel it's more complicated, this method, but some people like it better. So again, preference is a queen in this situation. Then there's the strap. Weird place to put the strap. Construction. Her piping instructions are magnificent. If you are not used to piping, this would be a great bag for that. I do not like adding piping on a bound bag because now you're adding another 2 layers of something. However, it does kind of curve with everything, so it would help with stability as well. It's just kind of like whatever is your preference. So I'm probably going to finish this bag off camera, unfortunately, because I really need to get stuff done. The next few lives are going to be pretty much whatever I've got going on. I've got to cut out some backpacks. And I've got to I want to cut out a giant backpack that's behind me, but I'm trying to decide if I want to do that or not. Because it's humongous. It's going to be really big, or if I want to save that for after Dragon Con to show you guys the original Fortuna, because I have an idea. But probably not. That's probably not going to work. Anyways, so we have... That's fine. That's fine because that's all we're going to do today. Let me see. Where's my calendar? So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, probably about 5 more lives before I go to Dragon Con. Wednesday's live, I might pop on a little bit to answer questions while we're setting up or while I'm packing. That way, if you have some questions about how I pack for a con, I don't mind doing that. I'm going to try to get one of those neck thingies so that I can shuffle y'all around. But that Saturday, I will be at Dragon Con. I plan on going live to show y'all some of the vendor room and some of how the booth got set up and show off whatever cosplay I've decided to wear, which will probably be my boar husband from Demon Slayer. I have a cute little outfit that I like to wear. Friday's always a comfy day, what I call comfy but cute, because I know I'm going to be moving things around marriage. Saturday is usually some crazy cosplay costume. Sunday most of the time is whatever I know I'm going to be comfortable in to load out. So it's usually my Courage the Cowardly Dog and a pair of leggings. But with 4 days, that means Sunday I can wear a dress or something and do, again, comfy but cute. And then Monday, I will probably be wearing my Courage the Cowardly Dog shirt or something to that effect. Maybe I'll make myself a shirt. Ooh. Positive has a What We Do in the Shadows print. And I am super excited Super, super excited because she drew Guillermo as a little kitty cat. I don't know why. I don't care. It's a cat. Doctor appointment. Who has a doctor appointment? Oh, shit. I have a doctor appointment. On one of these days, right before Dragon Con, I have a doctor's appointment, which is fine. It's a, what are you doing? Why aren't you doing this? And here's some more medicine. That's usually what it is. And then my husband's birthday is after that. But yes, I'm kind of excited to show y'all Dragon Con. It's going to be off the chain. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I did not mean to say that. All right. So we have Hungry Boy. And we have our delicious overlay. I will probably finish this today. Actually, I really need to because I've got so much to do. But thank you again, everybody that comes to watch me and listen to me ramble. I mean, even if you just mute me for a little bit, I'm happy to have y'all. I'm always happy to have y'all here. Thank you. I really appreciate it. But this is definitely going on the list of things I want to make more of. It's really cute. It looks like it's going to be really quick once the fairies stop taking my shit. So I will say goodbye to y'all. No, let me do it this way. All right. When y'all see me again, I'll have new nails. Mm-hmm. Oh, I'm kind of sad these glow in the dark. There we go. Did I hit it? There we go. I ain't a hit it and quit it, but I got to get it.